Beautiful weather and great racing. Ryan Villopoto and Chris Gosselaar getting set to go. The pit party is raging here at Qualcomm Stadium. Even freestyle superstar Twitch is in the house as we get set to go racing from Qualcomm. Ryan Villopoto can give Kawasaki their 5th West Region title in as many years. The fresh-faced phenom from Washington State can add his name to a legendary list with a win in San Diego. It's green flag time for the Supercross lights on speed. DM's Mobile Supercross Lights West Coast Series is in San Diego, California's Qualcomm Stadium for the penultimate round of their 2007 season, and a champion could be crowned. Just a week ago in Reliance Stadium in Texas, it was Ryan Villopoto, but it was a very difficult run to the top step of the podium here, getting taken out by Jason Lawrence.
Yeah, Jason had a wheel on him and took advantage of it, gave him a pretty good bump there, but not able to make it stick.
But then Villopoto had this problem with Kyle Partridge, but he bounced back.
Yeah, he definitely has shown that in the 15-lap main event, he is the guy. It doesn't matter where he starts, he's going to win that main.
Probably one of the biggest wins of the year for Ryan Villopoto, who comes in here tonight looking to wrap up the title. Hi, everybody. Ralph Sheen alongside former Supercross Series champion Jeff Emig. And Ryan really only needs to be 5th or better no matter what happens in the race to be crowned Series champion here tonight in San Diego. But Jeff, what do you like about how Ryan Villopoto is riding?
Well, I like a lot of things about his riding, but I think that what actually contributes to that is hard work. That's a word that is used a lot around the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team. With Ryan, his trainer Randy Lawrence, the team, the bike, they really have got something going. And what I think is that he's actually preparing himself through these lights championships to eventually be Supercross champion and actually make a run for that championship in a couple of seasons.
Of course, first thing he has to do is wrap up the title tonight. Let's show you the point standings for that, where you can see that he's got a 34-point margin over Jason Lawrence coming into tonight. And as I said, 5th or better should wrap it all up no matter what happens in the race. Before we go dropping the gate on Heat 1, let's introduce you to Aaron Bates for a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Winning 5 out of the 6 races in a 34-point lead, Ryan Villopoto has the possibility of clinching the Supercross Lights West Coast title here tonight in San Diego. We were able to catch up with him earlier on this afternoon and find out what it would mean to him to wrap it up.
You know, I added one on from outdoors, and you know, it feel good to add another one. You just get my name up on the side of the door there, and just add it with all the other people that are on there.
Ryan Villopoto, a winner last night. Can he get another one here tonight? More importantly, can he take home the championship? This is what it looked like in Reliance Stadium. We got a good crowd and a great night of racing coming your way from San Diego.
The Nextel All-Star Challenge is only
Stadium here in San Diego. Crowd getting ready to enjoy the racing. We got a pretty good racetrack here tonight. And earlier today, our Jeff Emig took a look at the design of the Qualcomm circuit.
Let's go for a lap of practice here at San Diego with the 2004 World Supercross GT champion, Heath Voss. He's actually on a Supercross bike, a 450 cc machine. Lights riders here are going to be doing the same thing through this rhythm section. Lights class typically has a little more bar-to-bar racing. These guys race pretty tight, so this tight section there going to produce some good racing. Over the first triple, you'll notice there's some light dirt and dark dirt. Light stuff, there's not very much traction, and the dark stuff, it's pretty good. And so for the lights riders, they're going to be searching for traction here on some of the tougher obstacles. Over the second triple jump into this big 180 here, and the whoop section is going to be pretty tough for the lights riders. They're not going to be able to jump through this quite as easy as the Supercross guys do. Come around towards the finish line. It's a lap of practice at San Diego.
So an interesting layout for the racetrack here tonight in Qualcomm Stadium. Let's show you the 4-1-1 for our Supercross Lights Racing. 2 heats, top 9 in the main, 1 last chance qualifier, which will give us the final 4 riders for our 22-rider, 15-lap main event. And of course, we're battling it out for the Western Regional title. Let's head down now to Aaron Bates for a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, a guy that's finally been able to turn his luck around with 3 consecutive podium finishes is the number 24 of Josh Grant, who had some tough luck this week during practice on Thursday while he was out testing with his teammate Jake Weimer. He crashed on his right shoulder and also rolled his right wrist. It's the same wrist that he's broken in the past 2 times before. He said his wrist is swollen, it's tender, and it's bruised, but as soon as adrenaline gets pumped, he said he'll feel no pain.
Well, let's show you the Supercross Lights up close just before we drop the gate. Remember, top 9 going on to the main. Everybody else, the last chance qualifier. 6 laps. Chris Gosselaar, the quickest of the qualifiers in this one. Here's our Dunlop starting grid. We're going to see Gosselaar and Grant, Josh Hansen, Matt Lemoyne's been very good here too lately.
Yeah, he's definitely been starting well and, you know, getting a little better each and every week.
30-second board is up. There's our onboard camera. Michael Willard carrying it for us tonight.
He's got that inside gate there. He's going to have to get the jump on everybody. Move to the right. Try to grab that whole shot here in San Diego.
30-second board is sideways. We'll go racing in just a second. Gosselaar, they got the whole shot as a stack of riders piled in.
That was actually Tyler Keefe with the whole shot. Led for about the first straightaway.
Now Gosselaar's out front right now as the rest of the pack tries to reel him back in. And Chris Gosselaar's a rider, Jeff, who really needs a good night.
Well, that he does.
He's been struggling a lot with a lot of bad luck, and it's Hansen getting around him for the lead.
Well, he's been on the ground a lot. We talked to him earlier today, and he just said, man, I've just had so much bad luck and get bad starts and stuff. That has a lot to do with that. And here he's got a pretty good start in this heat race.
Spent some time talking with Hansen earlier today, and well, he really was under the weather. Josh Hansen said, I'm not that good. I'm feeling terrible, but I am good enough to make the podium. And maybe he's right. Leading here in Heat 1 as we watch the battle for second between Gosselaar on the 102 and Grant on the 24, who takes the spot away.
Well, Grant's coming out pretty aggressive here in this heat race. He's got a shoulder injury and a wrist injury. It is definitely not showing.
Let's go back and take a look at some of the replays, how this one got underway. The Progressive Direct replay.
Taking a look at Grant there. Look at 22, comes in, gets on the brakes pretty hard. Everybody here just piled up. Couple of blue bikes.
Here's the onboard shot from Michael Willard.
See, he didn't get the jump like I was talking about. And all these guys, they pinch it off on the inside. There's about 4 guys just came over on him. You start on that inside gate, you definitely have to get the jump and move over to your right.
Battle for the lead between Grant and Hansen. And Jeff, as we watch Grant take the lead, there was potential for that to get a little bit physical. These guys have been really beating bars this season.
Yeah, I think that's a product of the lights class here. These guys, they're just trying to do the best they can, and they're really scrapping for it, and they're trying to mature along the way here. And they've definitely made some mistakes this season, but these guys are some of the fastest lights riders in the world. And you know, you gotta accept that at times. And right now they're keeping it clean and they're learning from their mistakes.
3 to go here in heat number 1 as the names scroll across the top of the screen. Remember, those in green are the top 9 with transfer spots. Everybody else in red needs to improve. And both Grant and Hansen have not won a heat race so far this year, so that would be a first for them. Gosselaar has 1 heat win.
Take a look here, Hansen coming in the first turn area. It's pretty wet. Gets sideways, gets off rhythm, has to roll a couple of these, and you see Grant just jump right over him, making the pass for the lead.
That could be where being under the weather worked against Josh Hansen. We'll be right back to San Diego. Stay with us. Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, California. The Mobile Supercross Lights West Coast Series in action in Heat 1. Josh Grant leads it. There he is on the red number 24.
Josh Hansen's hanging right in there too. He was up front. Grant took it away from him. He's tagged right along the backside of him there. And these guys are both putting in some pretty good laps, running about the high 52s, 53 flat.
Grant on the Sophie No Fear Samsung Honda out front of the Red Bull KTM of Hansen.
This section here coming through these whoops. The Supercross guys are actually jumping all the way through that whole section in 3 jumps, and a couple of the lights riders here did it in the second practice, but they go in and work on the track after the qualifying rounds, and sometimes things change.
White flag, 1 to go. Hansen, even though he lost the lead, Jeff, and he's very much under the weather, still riding pretty good in second in his heat, showing good speed.
Well, he definitely has a lot of talent. He has a lot of talent in Supercross. Great technique, and you know, he's been right there for a lot of years in this lights class. But it's time for him to win a race.
Grant's about to do that. He's about to get his first team win of the year.
See, these guys are jumping off that obstacle before the triple, and they're actually over jumping that into the face and carrying a lot of momentum. I think these guys are pretty dialed in. That's why they're up front in this heat.
And Grant gets his first heat win of the year. Now let's go back and take a look at the battle for 9th. Partridge on the 74, and Granton has 9th, and Chatfield's trying to take it away from him. They make their way to the final corner. 294. It's going to go to Grantham. He's going to get the final spot in 9. Here's a look at the results. Remember the top 9 transfer, and Ryan Grantham gets the final spot. Adam Chatfield goes to the last chance qualifier. Let's meet our winner. He's with Aaron.
Well, he's wearing the Liat neck brace, giving him the confidence he's been lacking. Josh, what would it mean to you tonight to go out on a positive note before the 8-week break?
I mean, it'd mean a lot. You know, it's good for confidence, and you know, we have one more race after this, and you know, go to outdoors. So I'm just looking to put a solid ride in tonight. Don't push anything. We got an 8-week break, and just go from there. You know, couldn't have done it without the Sophie No Fear Samsung Honda guys, though.
Josh Grant, your winner, heat number 1.
Tuesday night on Speed, ordinary people team up with two-wheel superstars for a ride of a lifetime. If you love the thrill of the open road, don't miss Epic Ride Tuesday night, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on Speed. There he is, number 51, Ryan Villopoto. He's already been crowned the outdoor Supercross Lights champion last year, looking for his first Supercross Lights title. Here's your up close. Once again, top 9 to the main. 6 laps, everybody else the last chance qualifier. Villopoto, of course, the guy we'll all be watching in this one. Getting ready now, the 30-second board is out on the racetrack. Let's show you our Dunlop starting grid. Jason Lawrence, the guy with the best and really only shot at taking the title away from Villopoto, is in this one.
Well, and I think he's willing to do anything that he has to do to get that, to carry this on to the next event. So should be some fireworks here tonight.
And look who's lining up right next to each other. Villopoto on the 51, Lawrence on the 338.
Look at these guys' handlebars, about a foot apart right there. This might be the closest that they are right now, but might get a little bit closer in this heat race.
She turns the board sideways, leaves the track, and we get ready to go. And guess who's going to get the whole shot? Ryan Villopoto. Oh! And he bobbles big.
Recovers for a second still. And this first turn area,
Jake Weimer is going to get the early lead.
I thought this first turn area was nice and wide, but there has been guys going down in both of these qualifying events off the start.
Weimer on the 73.
Now, this is Weimer's opportunity here to go out and see how fast he can go. He's got the fastest West Coast Lights rider, won just about everything this year behind him. He's got the opportunity here to show his team and really put in some good laps.
Well, his teammate won heat number 1. This will be Samsung No Fear machine of Josh Grant.
And actually, maybe having the No Fear and, you know, corporation, everybody's here local, got a little bit of extra incentive here.
And there's a lot of folks from No Fear here tonight, too. Big party at their hospitality tent today.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here comes Villopoto. We saw him just a week ago fall down, get up, and run the guy down to take the win. We'll see if he can do it again here.
Well, this guy, Villopoto, he just seems so focused when he's on the bike, like he's just on a mission. And, you know, like I've talked about in the opening, there's a lot of hard work. And, oh, look what he's doing right there, Ralph. He jumped through the first whoop section, tripled the 3 jumps in the middle, and then did the final whoop section in only 1. So he did that whole straightaway in 3 jumps. We have not seen that yet tonight.
Made up a huge amount of time.
Weimer doesn't seem to be phased there. I've seen him adjusting his clutch lever, pulling a tear off there throughout that rhythm section. That means he's pretty comfortable doing what he's doing, but I think he's going to have to pick up that line through the whoops, where Villopoto is going to jump right past him.
Well, Weimer does have 2 heat wins this year, so he's not unaccustomed to being out front of one of these heats.
Well, he keeps progressing also. I like what this young man's doing, and let's keep an eye on this section here. Triples through the jumps.
Almost.
It's a little bit quicker, but not too much. He's going to have to be a little bit closer coming into that section.
Well, or maybe Weimer stepped up his pace through there.
See these guys switching it up. Put quite a bit of water down on the track. It's kind of sloppy, a little bit muddy on top right now from what it would have been in the final qualifying section. It was actually pretty hard packed, even pretty dusty.
Well, you were actually saying before we went on the air that you were surprised they put as much water down as they did as late in the day as they did.
Yeah, it seemed like they were putting the water down, you know, upwards of 30, 40 minutes before the start of these races here. And I think the track looks great from here. Obviously, I'm not on the bike, but I tell you, I think that it's a whole lot better than what it was in the qualifying.
Maybe one of the best that we've had this year.
I think so. There's just really good soil down here.
Here he comes, Villopoto inside. Not quite close enough. Remember those names in green across the top of your screen. Hold the transfer spots. Here he comes. Got him this time.
Yeah, Weimer just faded a little bit too far outside.
But he's still right there.
Coming down the start straight. Yeah, coming down the start straight. He just got a little bit wide. One of those areas they overwatered a little bit.
Well, that made the difference. Villopoto out front now with 2 to go. Let's go back and take a look at the start.
Take a look at this start. Villopoto's coming way down the inside. Everybody just pushing wide. This rider here goes down.
That's Chris Blows going down on the 177.
There's also a couple guys on the outside that just watched the front end. You see Villopoto get all out of shape. Had his feet off and everything. Right there, Villopoto just gets out of that turn a little bit better.
Had a great drive out of there and then worked the brakes very well at the other end, didn't he?
Oh, that he did. And here, this is that section where he made a mistake. He got through it nice and clean that time. It's important for him here. Is possibly championship night for him. So, you know, every time you make a little mistake like that, you get a bad start or get your feet off the peg, the heart rate goes up a little bit because there's a lot on the line tonight. A lot on the line.
Well, Ryan said, you know I only have to finish 5th or better to lock this thing up, and trust me, that's important. But I'm here to race, I'm here to win, and I'm going to try that first. And
well, it's the easiest thing just to stay in that mode and win these races. Business as usual.
Well, he just won the heat race. Ryan Villopoto that much closer to his championship goal. As you look at the top 9, it's Joaquin Rodriguez on another Kawasaki who gets the final transfer spot. Logan Darien headed to the last chance qualifier. We're headed to the podium, and Aaron Bates.
Well, after a big get-off in practice, you probably didn't expect that heat race to be quite as easy as it was. Ryan, a lot of pressures on your shoulders tonight.
Yeah, you know, I just got to get off the line like I did tonight and not make that mistake I made in the first turn. You know, almost went down there. It was a close call. So, you know, I just need to be smart and then just ride the way I can, and hopefully it works out for me.
Hoping to give it everything he's got tonight.
Well, he sure seems to do that every time he swings a leg over that motorcycle. And Ryan did a great job here in heat number 2 as he falls down but gets up, gets going, and takes the lead away from Jake Weimer and takes the win. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. This is Qualcomm Stadium, home of the NFL's San Diego Chargers. Supercross lights action tonight. Ralph Shaheen alongside Jeff Emig up here in the booth. Down on the floor is our Aaron Bates here tonight. Did you miss any AMA racing action? Want to relive the excitement? Watch all the 2007 AMA Supercross and Superbike events on speed, on demand, online, and it's all free, courtesy of Yamaha. So log on now to speedtv.com, keyword Yamaha, and get up to speed. Of course, we couldn't go racing with the Supercross Series without the help of the American Motorcyclists Association. We spoke to their president, Robert Dingman, about what the AMA does for motorcycle riders away from the racetrack.
One of the most important things we do at the AMA is to protect riders' right to ride. Our government relations department is very active both in Washington and in state capitals all across the country. And one of the very important things we do is to work with land management agencies to try to keep land open, to ensure that there are no restrictive laws that come down to prevent you from riding your motorcycle where you'd like to ride it, keeping your favorite riding areas from being closed. I'm real excited about the partnership between the American Motorcyclists Association and the series partner Live Nation. The relationship is stronger than it's ever been. We've just signed a long-term contract that'll take us through 2019, which is going to give a lot of stability to Supercross. This year for the Supercross series, we've lowered the sound limit allowed for the races. And we recognize that the kids coming up today, whether they're riding in the woods or in the local motocross track, are going to emulate the pros. So if the pros are quieter, then those kids are going to be quieter too, and that's going to ensure that we keep their favorite riding areas open.
Well, Jeff, living here in California, you've seen the AMA in action quite a bit.
Well, they do a lot for motorcycle riders in general, but here in Southern California, they've done a lot here to preserve a lot of the off-road riding areas that we have.
To show you our Dunlop up close for the last chance qualifier, which is the next thing up on the card tonight. 22 riders, 4 laps, top 4 transfer to the main. Now let's show you the highlights from tonight's last chance qualifier. Well, it looks like Troy Adams is going to get it on the number 34, but one rider down right in the middle of the pack. That's Matthew Lemoyne on the 630. He's up in the second, just getting in front of Richie Owens, who had the position for a while.
'81's Chatfield, he's running 4th right now. Kyle Cunningham, we were talking about him and Lemoyne are teammates. Both rookies that have had some pretty good showings this year. Both these guys were really good amateur riders. And there's no doubt that here in the next year or two, they're going to be up at the top of this lights class.
Remember, we're only taking 4 out of this last chance qualifier into the main event tonight here in San Diego. So the cutoff right now is with Chatfield.
We got a battle for the bubble here. A bunch of guys want this.
Chatfield has it on the 81. He's trying to get around Owens. Put a little gap between him and that final transfer spot.
It's tough to be the guy in the middle because you're trying to set up the guy in front of you.
Looks like he lost just a little bit of ground. Going wide, carries a lot of speed in, but not getting to drive out.
These guys got a great battle going on, and now it's crunch time. Watch right through here. I think we're going to see a move.
Here he comes. Cunningham takes the spot away. So Chatfield on the last lap loses a transfer spot.
And dropped back pretty far right there too, so Cunningham's got a little cushion. Oh, Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's right there on him. Takes a look over his shoulder. This big open bowl turn. There's a pretty good chance for a block pass.
Meanwhile, checkered flag goes to Troy Adams. He takes the win. Lemoyne. Here's the 4 riders going on to our main event tonight. They're all getting set, ready to go. We're gonna have it for you next when we come back to San Diego. The crowd is set. 22 riders making their way to the gate. We'll drop that gate here on Speed right after these words.
Are you an actor or an activist? It's more than your right to insist. Refuse to the government admits. Take a risk. Realize. Realize. Don't accept the realize. Move. Refuse. Resist. Unite people, army enlist. Rebel music transmit like this. Raise your fist. You realize you're the catalyst. Refuse. Resist.
Now you can get the latest race results and news right on your phone with weekly green alerts from Speed. Text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to receive free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. Well, this is the penultimate round for the West Coast Series. Next week, we begin the East Coast Series. We're going to take a couple of weeks off for the West Coast guys. So, Jeff, I guess we should start talking about who to keep our eyes on next week.
Yeah, well, there's definitely a whole host of guys that have a good chance at winning that. One rider that we don't see is Brock Hepler on factory Yamaha, but there's a lot of guys that can win this, and I'm sure that's going to be a great series.
Before our main event, let's touch base with Aaron Bates for Progressive Direct pre-race report.
I caught up with Jake Weimer earlier this afternoon. He was telling me how he considers himself a creature of habit, and he really dislikes being outside of his comfort zone. That's where he tends to make all his mistakes. With that in mind, his trainer Jed Snelson got him up at 5:30 each and every morning, and mornings he absolutely hates to train at the gym, and he did more of an aggressive training, including kickboxing this week. And we're about to find out if this training regimen different. It's going to be better for him this weekend.
Here's our up close for the main event. Ryan Villopoto, 5 wins so far this year, and he can clinch the title here tonight with a 5th place finish or better. Here's our Dunlop starting grid for the main. Villopoto is in here. Josh Grant's been fast. He was a winner earlier. Jake Weimer looked good. Josh Hansen was quick early on. Of course, we'll have an onboard camera for you too. What could be a championship clinching main event here in San Diego. Michael Willard carrying the camera for us on his KTM.
So he's lined up 1, 2, 3, about the 3rd or 4th gate over.
Oh, Villopoto gets sent way wide. And the whole shot will go to his teammate, Chris Gosselaar, as Villopoto drops back to about 3rd.
Villopoto actually was the first guy there, and he just went way wide in that first turn to push some guys out. Gosselaar took advantage of that.
Martin Davalos runs in 2nd on the Red Bull KTM.
Well, this was kind of that order up in San Francisco where Gosselaar and Davalos got together. Hopefully these guys can stay off of each other here and put in some good laps.
Jason Lawrence, who has the only shot really of taking the championship away from Villopoto, is back in about 6th. And Villopoto's teammate leads as Ryan now moves himself up into the lead.
Made short work of those guys, and he knows the best thing for him to do here, seeing that there is the potential of clinching the championship tonight, is to get out front and ride his own races, they say. Not have any problems, not get tangled up with anyone.
Now Martin Davalos will battle it out with Gosselaar.
These guys here, they've been pretty good this season. They've had a lot of bad luck, but they get these bikes on the podium here tonight.
The series is going to take a break for the West Coast while the East Coast guys run their championship chase. We'll see these guys next in Seattle just before the season finale for everybody in Las Vegas in May. and Ryan really wanted to get this championship wrapped up before the break. As he told us earlier today, he's going to take a week off and then start training for the outdoor stuff. Then get ready just before Seattle to get back to Supercross, because they also have the East-West Shootout in Vegas.
You guys look across, look at the top of your screen here, the names rolling across. Any of the Sobe, Samsung, Honda fans are going to notice the number 24 of Josh Grant there coming across 21st position. He just went off the track and was down there on that last lap. So he's got a lot of work to do if he's going to get back up onto the podium.
Well, Chris Gosselaar, Jeff, talking to you, me and Aaron earlier today, was saying how he just has felt like he's had so much bad luck this year. He's ridden fairly well, but all kinds of things have popped up, taken him down, and kept him from having good results. And he really said that he feels like he's fighting for his job. Running in second here tonight in San Diego is a good way to keep it.
Well, I think if you can look here, Gosselaar's actually staying pretty close to the lead as we take a look at Hansen and Jason Lawrence.
There's a fight for second again.
Yeah, see, that's Ryan Villopoto just up in front of them, and this guy's been the fastest lights rider on the planet, sometimes even running up close to James Stewart's times in the Supercross class. But, you know, he could be taking a little bit off, and you know, just wants to finish this race up and clinch his West Coast Lights title. But these guys here are in a battle. They've been wanting to both get on the podium and put in some good rides and prove to their team and team owners and team managers that they deserve the support that they're getting.
Let's go back and take a look at the pass for the lead and show you how Villopoto got out front.
Check out Villopoto here. This is that whoop section. He just gets up the inside there. He actually jumps over the whoops, which is a little bit faster left there, and gained a couple of bike lengths.
Davalos in third, the winner in Toronto back in December. He's another rider who has had some real up and down periods during the season, Jeff. He looked so good in Toronto. We had high hopes for him, and then, boy, he really had some rough moments, too. This could be a good boost for him tonight.
Some rough moments tonight is 6:30 here in Lemoyne. Take a look at him. Whoop.
That's Rodriguez on the 108, was in about 8th position.
See some of the ruts starting to form there in the first turn and through these jumps, but right there where Rodriguez went down as he loses the position to Adams, he came onto the start straight there, and there's a big shiny spot. You're trying to get the bike turned to the right while you're still trying to get on the throttle and hit that slick spot washed out.
Watch back on your screen here.
Take a look at him. He just gets it loose there like a flat tracker, and unfortunately he didn't get that wheel turned back around to the left, or the handlebars, I should say, and put it on the ground. This guy here, though, he's been awesome this year, and he is the epitome of hard work, and there's a lot of positive things happening with this team and with this rider.
Fight for fourth. Hansen has it. Lawrence trying to take it away from him. Two guys are pretty good friends.
Yeah, these guys are pretty good friends, and they've actually been known to be pretty rough riders too. So hopefully they'll show each other the courtesy here. And Hansen just pulls up and lets it by. You know, you can really feel that a rider gets the wheel on you. He knew just to let him by, and he also knows that Jason Lawrence here needs to get as many points as he can and maybe have a little luck go his way at the end of this main event to keep his hopes alive for the West Coast Championship.
Well, Hansen's also very sick today, as we mentioned earlier. Way under the weather. Progressive direct hole shot replay now.
You see him coming down the inside. Just watch, Villopoto just goes all the way wide. Gosselaar just takes this low line here. Comes away with the hole shot.
Well, you know, Villopoto has been working and sitting further up on the bike to get a better start. He got a much better start that time. Leading here as Davalos now tries to defend third from Jason Lawrence.
Well, Davalos going to have to pick it up. He's about a second a lap off of what Lawrence is turning right now. So hopefully he can either pick it up, having that pressure from behind, or if Lawrence gets by him right here, he can actually follow behind him and see what he's doing to have that faster lap time.
So Jason Lawrence is up to third, but he needed to win tonight, and he needed to have Ryan Villopoto have some bad luck. His fifth or better was going to wrap it up no matter what happened for Villopoto, who's leading here tonight. We're coming right back to San Diego after this. San Diego's Qualcomm Stadium. Ryan Villopoto leading on his way to winning his first AMP Mobile AMA Supercross Lights West Coast Region title. He's also gotten pretty good at something else, Jeff. Pretty good at Guitar Hero. The PlayStation game, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's his specialties, the Nirvana songs.
Well, got a lot of time here when you're traveling stuff to play PlayStation, but
I know you've been working on those Bee Gee tunes.
yeah, there you go. Well, Villopoto being a Kawasaki rider here, looks like he's on his way to winning tonight, but first lights race that was ever won here was back in 1985. Todd Campbell won it on a Kawasaki. Interesting little note there. So Kawasaki definitely has a interesting tradition here of winning.
Aaron, you got more for us on Ryan.
Yeah, this afternoon I caught Ryan Villopoto playing Guitar Hero in the Monster Energy booth. Getting himself a little bit relaxed. He said the pressure was pretty intense on his shoulders. He didn't want to let it get to him. Guitar Hero was his only way to get out.
And Chris Gosselaar said that he's really just a one-hit wonder, though, with a Guitar Hero.
Well, I don't know.
He's really not that. He's not that good. Doesn't have enough songs in his repertoire. Battle for second is going to be a pretty good one. Lawrence is up to second now, and Gosselaar loses the spot.
The guy that's on the move right now is Josh Hill. He was buried back in the pack off the start. He's already up to fifth, and he is definitely moving forward.
Well, Lawrence is running good, but it's come to be too little, too late. Because you can see how much of a gap, 6.5 seconds between Villopoto and Lawrence with 4 laps to go.
Well, Lawrence has been so fast this year. He's sometimes had faster lap times on a night than even Chad Reed and some of the other Supercross riders. The only guys that he hadn't been able to run faster was Villopoto and James Stewart on the bigger bike, but these guys here are making some moves.
There's Hill on the 58 trying to get around Davalos. Now that's a battle for fourth. Gosselaar had second all wrapped up, slips back to third.
Keeping it clean there. Hill knew that if he came in there too hot on the inside with Davalos cutting down out of the berm and Villopoto coming in on the inside, that they would just collide, and that's not going to do anybody any good. You know, you want to race forward. See if you can try to just pass him on a straightaway or something where you're not losing any of your momentum, just like right there.
There he gets him. Josh Hill moves up to fourth now.
He's really gotten comfortable here the last couple of weeks. This being his first season, Supercross first professional season. He needs to get his starts down and start up front with these guys. He would be a podium contender, no problem here. Talk about Josh Hill there.
Well, that's the same thing with Jason Lawrence. If he'd have gotten a better start, I mean, he's gotten faster as the night has gone along. And he's running 51.6s. That's his best time. The best time for Villopoto, 51.1. So Jason was pretty quick, and he's showing he's got the endurance here tonight, too. He's gotten quicker as the night has gone along, and just that bad start hurt him.
Yeah, well, that's part of it. You know, I think that start is just so important. You know, that was always one of my strong suits, and it was something that at times I had to rely on, getting a good start and hoping that I could put in those good laps. You know, for me, this section here that Villopoto is coming up into, the whoop section, was always really tough for me, so I was going to get the whole shot and drag my feet to the finish, as they say.
Villopoto on the final lap.
And he is about a little less than a lap away from winning this Lights Championship, and there is no doubt in anyone's mind who the fastest, strongest, best motorcycle, best team has been here on the West Coast. It's been number 51, Ryan Villopoto.
Ryan Villopoto on his way to his 6th main event win on the West Coast Series.
It's just been business as usual for him here tonight. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna milk this, get a 5th. He's done what he's always doing, you know. He seems to be pretty relaxed all day, you know, playing video games.
Ryan Villopoto taking one more step closer. He has done it. He has won the AMP Mobile AMA Supercross Lights West Coast Series title, and the battle for 3rd comes to the line. Jason Lawrence takes 2nd, Gosselaar takes 3rd over Josh Hill, but Ryan Villopoto is the champ. We'll talk to him when we come back.
Tonight on Speed, over 100 riders try to go the distance.
Sorted the man out from the boys, you know, that's what it's about.
Last man standing. Sunday, high flying and kidney jarring.
Oh, welcome to the big league.
The National Arena Cross Series from Daytona. Later, the opinions fly.
He's a little jerk. Bunch of bull.
Welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Dave Despain live on Wind Tunnel. It all begins tonight, 9 p.m.
For sure, I was having some bad luck there during those few races back, but it's good to be back on the podium.
Is the passion for 2 wheels in your blood? Well, now you can get all the breaking news, in-depth analysis, and more with the Motorcycle Racing Report, only at speedtv.com. Keyword green, presented by Kawasaki. Next week, the series moves on to Atlanta. You can see that show March 3rd, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, the opening round of the AMP Mobile Supercross Lights East Coast Series. Well, that's it from San Diego's Qualcomm Stadium. For Aaron Bates, Jeff Emming, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from here, and congratulations to the newly crowned AMP Mobile Supercross Lights West Coast champ, Ryan Villopoto. So long, everybody.